A woman kisses her boyfriend by the pool and shyly jumps into the water, but what happens next will blow your mind. Seconds later, a crimson stain spreads across the surface. Panicked onlookers watch as she resurfaces, her belly visibly swelling at an alarming rate. In less than 10 minutes, she's fully pregnant and about to give birth. Under the shocked gaze of the crowd, she delivers a baby right there on the pool deck. The boyfriend is completely stunned. Apparently, a kiss can get you pregnant. Even stranger, at the same time, 43 women worldwide simultaneously give birth to superpowered infants. Sir Reginald Hargreaves, a billionaire, hears about this and tracks down 7 of these children. He spares no expense to adopt them, providing each with a dedicated nanny, a robot mother named Grace, and a silverback gorilla butler. He names them by number: Luther, 1, Diego, 2, Allison, 3, Klaus, 4, Ben, 6, and Vanya, 7. Every day, Sir Hargreaves studies their superpowers, devises rigorous training plans, and monitors them around the clock through surveillance. Finally, the day comes for the children to prove themselves. A gang of robbers holds up a bank, and the police outside are helpless. Suddenly, Luther crashes down from above. His superhuman strength allows him to grab one of the robbers and hurl him out the window. Outside, reporters are baffled. Who just threw a robber out of the building? Diego, the knife-wielding hero, throws blades that curve mid-air like they have a mind of their own. Just as a robber is about to stab a hostage, the knife suddenly changes direction and strikes another robber instead. Allison, who has the power of reality-warping words, thinks her brothers are too violent. She calmly walks up to a robber and says, "I heard you shot your partner in the foot." The robber, as if compelled, immediately shoots his own partner. Meanwhile, Klaus can communicate with ghosts and even summon them, briefly bringing them into the physical world. 5 can teleport through space and time. Just as a bald robber is about to shoot, 5 disappears and reappears behind him. The robber tries to fire, but his gun has been replaced with a stapler.
That's one badass stapler.
5 shoves him down. Next, it's Ben's turn. He unleashes powerful tentacles from his body, becoming a whirlwind of destruction. Only Vanya watches from the roof, the ordinary sibling with no powers. The 6 siblings use their abilities to save the hostages and become instant heroes. Sir Hargreaves publicly announces the founding of the Umbrella Academy, but claims he only trained 6 children. The academy gains fame overnight, and Sir Hargreaves tattoos each sibling with an umbrella symbol, except Vanya, who draws her own. Sadly, the academy's fame doesn't last. During a mission, Ben dies, but Sir Hargreaves shows no concern. He continues their training as usual, not even looking up when the children say goodnight. Over time, the siblings grow apart and eventually leave home. Luther's superpower is superhuman strength. He leaves Earth to live alone on the moon, spending his free time growing plants. Diego works as a janitor at a boxing gym by day and becomes a masked vigilante by night. Allison uses her mind control voice to become a famous actress, captivating everyone she meets. Klaus is terrified of ghosts and relies on happy pills to cope. 5 runs away at 13 and never returns. But where did he go? Ben's ghost now follows Klaus everywhere. Vanya remains an ordinary person, working as a third-chair violinist in an orchestra and teaching violin in her spare time. One day, the siblings hear that Sir Hargreaves has died of heart failure. They return home, but Luther finds something suspicious. Sir Hargreaves always wore a monocle, but the butler says it's missing. There's clearly more to this story. Luther asks Klaus to summon their father's ghost to uncover the truth. But Klaus, who's been living in a haze for years, has lost his abilities. He rages at the air and accidentally knocks over Sir Hargreaves' ashes. Suddenly, a thunderstorm erupts. The siblings step outside to see a massive time portal in the sky. An old man struggles to crawl out but transforms into a young boy upon landing. It's 5, who's been missing for 17 years. It turns out 5 wanted to experiment with time travel, but Sir Hargreaves warned him it was too dangerous. Ignoring his father, 5 ran away and began jumping through time, from summer to winter. Just as he thought it was harmless, he landed in a ruined future. The once bustling city is now a wasteland, as if a war had torn it apart. 5 sprints back home, but the Umbrella Academy is nothing but crumbling ruins. He screams his siblings' names, but the only reply is the eerie echo of his own voice. In the future, 5 finds himself trapped in a wasteland. His time travel powers are gone, and there are no survivors. He discovers corpses marked with umbrella tattoos. His siblings are all dead. Who caused the apocalypse? How did it happen? The only clue is a robotic eyeball in Luther's hand. For 50 years, 5 survives on scraps and talks to a mannequin for company. Yes, a mannequin. One day, a well-dressed woman appears. She introduces herself as the Handler, the head of the Time Commission, and explains that every moment in time is fixed and cannot be altered. Five's actions have disrupted the timeline, but she offers him a deal: work for the Commission for 5 years, and he can return to his original timeline. Five agrees. Over the next few years, Five hunts down and eliminates anomalies across multiple timelines, all while secretly gathering temporal coordinates for his own agenda. The time traveler is supposed to assassinate the president, but when the moment comes, Five doesn't act. Instead, he uses the temporal coordinates he's collected to force open a time portal, finally returning to his original timeline. The siblings bombard Five with questions about where he's been all these years. Five doesn't mention the apocalyptic future. He just tells them he's been time traveling. They're shocked. The 13-year-old kid standing before them is actually 63 years old, and Five isn't fazed by their father's death. After all, everyone dies in the future. The siblings hold a simple funeral in the yard. Besides the gorilla butler, no one seems particularly emotional about Sir Hargreaves' passing. After the funeral, Five heads to a diner, orders a coffee, and asks a truck driver for directions. The driver is so kind, he even pays for Five's coffee. But as soon as the driver leaves, Time Commission agents show up. Clearly, they have no idea who they're dealing with. A bald agent points his gun at Five, telling him to surrender. "I don't want to arrest a kid," he says. Five grabs a butter knife, teleports behind the agent, and takes him down in one move. The other agents panic. What just happened?
Hey, assholes!
They open fire with their machine guns, shredding the diner's posters. But Five is already gone. He reappears beside them, stabbing one in the kidney, choking another, and jabbing a third with a pencil. The fourth agent tries to shoot, but Five vanishes again. In a flash, Five takes out all 10 agents without breaking a sweat. Five is determined. "Now that I'm back, I'm going to stop the apocalypse." He examines the robotic eyeball, the only clue he has, and notices the manufacturer's name on the back. The next day, Five visits the company, claiming he wants to return the eyeball to its owner. But the doctor refuses, citing patient confidentiality. Five turns to Klaus for help. The two return to the company, but the doctor still won't budge. Klaus is too cunning. He suddenly accuses the doctor, "Why did you attack the guest? Why is my brother's lip swollen?" The doctor is baffled. "I didn't touch him." Klaus then punches Five in the face, shocking the doctor. But Klaus isn't done. He grabs the doctor's crystal ball and smashes it against his own head, blood streaming down his forehead. The doctor reaches for the phone to call the police, but Klaus snatches it away. In a bold move, he turns the tables, accusing the doctor of attacking him. "Security needs to get up here right now," he yells. It's a classic setup. Klaus gives the doctor an ultimatum. "You have 2 minutes. Either give us the information, or we're sending you to jail. And let's be real. Who do you think people will believe when they see me bleeding like this?" The doctor finally caves. Five time travels to the future and finds the eyeball in the ruins. But in the present timeline, the eyeball hasn't even been manufactured yet. This is bad. The only clue is gone. But it also means that within the next 7 days, someone will lose an eye and receive this prosthetic. That person is the key to stopping the apocalypse. Meanwhile, the Time Commission sends 2 agents, Cha-Cha and Hazel, to interrogate the truck driver. They use a stun gun to force him to reveal Five's whereabouts. The driver only remembers Five asking for directions to a department store. Five arrives at the store and sees the mannequin that kept him company for 50 years in the future. But before he can reminisce, Cha-Cha and Hazel show up. The agents unleash a hail of bullets with their AK-47s, reducing the mannequin to rubble. Five keeps teleporting, using the store's darkness and shelves to evade them. He tries to escape, but the agents have set up a temporal barrier, trapping him inside. Luckily, Five's child-sized body lets him hide behind shelves. The gunfire attracts the police, forcing Cha-Cha and Hazel to retreat. They head to the diner for clues. The owner remembers Five's umbrella tattoo and sketches it for them. Hazel immediately recognizes it as the Umbrella Academy's symbol and tracks down the mansion. They spot Five's portrait hanging on the wall. Bingo, they've found the right place. They don't find Five, but they run into Diego, who throws knives at them with deadly precision. Diego tries to ambush Hazel, but Cha-Cha backs him up, creating a standoff. The agents unleash a storm of bullets, turning the mansion into a war zone. Meanwhile, Grace, the robot mom, acts like nothing's happening. Luther and Allison arrive just in time to join the fight. Luther hurls Cha-Cha across the room, then tosses Hazel like a rag doll. Cha-Cha and Hazel are like 2 peas in a pod. This is humiliating, Cha-Cha thinks. We're Time Commission agents, and we're getting our butts kicked. Allison takes on Cha-Cha in hand-to-hand combat but struggles. Diego steps in, and together, they drive Cha-Cha back, leaving a knife in her side as a parting gift. Meanwhile, Hazel pulls a metal ball from a cabinet. Vanya walks in, clueless about the chaos. Vanya barely steps into the living room when, wham! Hazel hurls a metal ball from behind, sending her crashing to the floor. Vanya is no match for Hazel, but just as things look dire, Luther bursts in to save the day. Luther faces off against Hazel, their fight shaking the mansion. After a brutal exchange, Luther pins Hazel down. Just when you think it's over, Hazel pulls a sneaky move, taking Luther down with a surprise attack. He casually turns and walks away like it's no big deal. Diego and Allison rush to Luther's side to help him up, but Cha-Cha isn't done yet. She cuts the chandelier's rope, sending the massive fixture crashing down. It's about to crush all three of them, but Luther shoves Diego and Allison out of the way, taking the full weight of the chandelier himself. Thanks to his superhuman strength, Luther shrugs it off like it's nothing, casually removing his coat as he stands up. Meanwhile, Hazel and Cha-Cha make their escape, but they're not leaving empty-handed. They stuff Klaus into the trunk and drive off with him. This recap covers episodes 1 through 3 of the Umbrella Academy Season 1. If you want to see what happens next, drop a 1 in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.